Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so here is my top 10 list of my favorite romantic comedies. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Like I said, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 romantic comedies. But before I get into that, if you love movie content just like I do, hit that red subscribe down below. You're not going to want to miss anything. So let's dive in to my favorite rom-coms. Let me know down below in the comments what are your favorites, and did any of mine match up with yours? Are we twinsies? Let me know. All right. Number 10, While You Were Sleeping. Classic Sandra Bullock romantic comedy. This came out earlier in her career. She was kind of focused on doing a lot of romantic comedies, one after the other, and this is probably my favorite out of the bunch. It's a case of mistaking identity. There's amnesia involved. There's brothers that are they in love with her? Are they not? Which one does she care about? Which one does she love? There's a great family. It's just a fantastic story. It's a classic rom-com. Number 9, Four Weddings and a Funeral. This was a typical early 90s romantic comedy set with a bunch of weddings, obviously, and a funeral, but there's love in the air, there's romance all around, and this was our introduction to Hugh Grant for everyone in America. We'd never seen him before, and he was just bumbly and wide-eyed and stuttery, didn't really know what to say, but that was kind of like his shtick in film. And his chemistry with Andie MacDowell was just off the charts, and we just immediately fell in love with him. Number 8 is a classic. I believe this was my introduction to the romantic comedy. I think it's the first one I'd ever seen, and that is Pretty Woman. Doesn't every girl dream of being a prostitute on Hollywood Boulevard, meeting her Prince Charming and earning $3,000 a week and hopefully turning it into a lifetime love? Of course we do. Number 7, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. And I know this is way off base and it's not your usual go-to romantic comedy. However, at the heart of it, it is a romantic comedy. You have Zach and Miri. They are lifelong friends since high school. They are now roommates, and they are so broke and destitute and poor that they crack this ingenious plan. Let's make a porno and distribute it ourselves. We'll make a ton of money, and in the process, they end up falling in love with each other. Oh, wedding bells. Number 6 is Sabrina. Now, it could either be the original with Audrey Hepburn here. I love her. She's everywhere in my room. Or the remake with Harrison Ford, Julia Ormond, and Greg Kinnear. Audrey Hepburn, who plays Sabrina, she is the chauffeur's daughter for this rich family. And as a young girl, she falls in love with one of the brothers. And then when she gets older, she comes back and she falls in love with the other brother. So again, it's one of the stories of, do I love him or do I love him? Who's better for me? It's just such a good movie. Number 5 is Pretty in Pink, a classic. Molly Ringwald is the girl from the other side of the tracks. Andrew McCarthy is the rich boy that wants to be with her, but he's embarrassed because she's poor. And then you have John Cryer, who plays her best friend, who is in love with her. Oh, it's one of those classic 80s tales, and we love Molly Ringwald, and we want her to be with Andrew McCarthy so badly. However, I kind of wanted her to be with Ducky, with John Cryer. Am I crazy? Number 4 is The Wedding Singer. 80s, Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore. I love their chemistry together. It was absolutely off the charts. And it's just a great story and genius to put it in the 80s. The music, the costumes, everything. I just love it. I don't have anything to say, but I just love The Wedding Singer. I've seen it so many times. Number 3 is Bridget Jones's Diary. This film was so popular because we can all relate to Bridget. We're not perfect looking. We make mistakes. She chain smokes. She eats too much. She complains her apartment's a mess. She can't cook. She's, hanging by a thread at her job. She's stuck between guys. She's shagging her boss. Another Hugh Grant film, by the way. Colin Firth is also in it, and it's so relatable. It's like we want that to be us. I want that to be me. I want to be caught between two guys that want me. Wouldn't you? Number 2 is Moonstruck, and you don't normally think of Moonstruck when you hear romantic comedy. However, it definitely is. Cher is brilliant in this film. That's why she won the Oscar. And as soon as she comes on screen and her and Nicolas Cage lock eyes for the first time in that basement, you can feel the energy and the chemistry. It is so there. This movie is so good. If you have never seen Moonstruck, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You have got to see it. And the way that they portray Italian Americans, I absolutely love. It's on point. My number 1 pick for favorite romantic comedy is actually from last year, believe it or not. It is Long Shot with Charlize Theron and, again, Seth Rogen. My reasoning for this is because with this film, we are breaking boundaries and barriers with this romantic comedy. Usually, the two leads are very good, both good-looking people. However, with this film, Charlize is, but then you have Seth Rogen. And no offense to Seth Rogen, but he's not a supermodel. He's not on the level of Charlize Theron. However, in this film, it does not matter. What matters is that they get along. They're cracking jokes. They're getting to know each other. And that is how life and society should be. You should get to know someone for who they are and not base everything on what they look like and what is in front of you. So I love Long Shot for that reason. We are breaking boundaries when it comes to the genre, and I'm looking forward to seeing what is for the future of romantic comedies. So that is my top 10 list. Let me know down below, do you agree with me? Do you not? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you at the movies.